Hey Virgo, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't. And if I don't find your storyline or wavelength on this reading, check your other major placements. We're starting off with the Oracle of Mystical Moments for an Intuitive Vibe of where we're going today. And then we'll move on to the iconic Waite Smith Deck for a more traditional tarot spread. Okay, wow. It was very clear that we were done there. Okay. We have Night Ride here. So going through something, I want to say kind of blind. You've been guided a little bit. Maybe you didn't see where you were going, but maybe you had some guides that did. There's a sense of protection, and there's also a sense of mutuality here. We have this dark night, but we have this sort of magical, I want to say fairy-like guidance through this dark, foggy area. The elephant has a lot of strength and a lot of power and can move forward. And then the elephant is in a way protecting these two, but the owl has the vision and can see where this is going. So the owl's providing its gifts. And then there's a little something else being protected. So there's a whole vibe of protection, but there's also a vibe of a tribe of people moving together through some unknown territory, looking out for each other and protecting each other. So if it's not someone you know, if it's not, you know that you're traveling with this person and you're protecting each other, or you're working together, then this would be more spiritual protection, which we can get from the owl. But it's someone can see, someone has the vision. But I just love the tiers of protection here. The elephant is providing the owl a ride through the darkness. The owl is protecting their offspring. There's just some strength. And the elephant does have a good memory. So the elephant, yeah. There's vision, there's memory, there's strength. And there's sort of mutual support. And there's magic. There's a little magic here too. Through the unknown territory. And then we have pure nature. This is sort of my puberty card. You're changing in a way that's you're not ever gonna go back to who you were before, in some way or another way. Somehow, either physically or emotionally, mentally, you're crossing a threshold. Once bloomed, you cannot unbloom. You can't go back to the bud stage. So there's some sort of change and growth happening here. And this isn't like turning over a new leaf, only to have the first wind that comes turn that leaf back over. This is you. It's a permanent change. Sometimes we doubt these changes, but I'm not the same person I was when I was 10. So there have clearly been some changes that have clearly been irreversible, because I'm not going back to either the body I had when I was 10 or the mentality I had when I was 10. So clearly a lot of the changes we go through, they're very natural. They're very normal. The maturation process in all of nature is a very normal process. So unless disrupted by something, it's a very normal process. So there's a change. You're going through some sort of change, some sort of way that you're changing. And this is one of those changes where you're not going to be going back to who you were before. It's permanent. It's part of who you are now. And there is a sense of blooming, of blossoming, of opening up, and becoming more of who you are. I don't know about more of who you are, but discovering another part of yourself, or expressing some part of yourself, because it is now your nature. This is now the stage that you have achieved, or the place that you are. There's also a sense of destiny here too. There was magic in the Night Ride, and there's a sense of destiny. This bud was always destined to become this flower. So there's a sense of this was always meant to happen. You were always meant to grow in this way and to change in this way. It's irreversible, but it was always meant to happen. There's a sense of who you are, a genuine part of yourself being allowed to be expressed now, or becoming expressed now. All right. Oh my goodness. I keep trying to figure out how to cut the deck here, and it always just feels wrong. Okay. All right, Virgo, this is your past, your present. Holding it upside down. Your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Seeing some repetition here. It's pretty interesting. All right, in your recent past, Virgo, it's funny, Leo got a page, a different page, but still. It's not funny, it's just, you know, I noticed it. So we have this page of Pentacles. So this is learning about how to physically do something. So the page of Swords, which Leo got, would be like book learning, reading up on something. And this is, so, you know, it would be the page of Pentacles is passing your driver's test. The page of the physical driving, like actually doing the driving part. The page of Swords would be passing your permit, like you read up on stuff and you studied, probably not very much, but and then this would be like the actual driver's license or the actual diver's license or the actual, like you actually physically are learning some sort of something in the real world. You're training for something, but it's about something in the world. It could be a new job. It could be a new job. Could be a new something related to work. If it's not physical, something you're physically learning how to do. There is, it could be work, or it could be, learning about how to make money a certain way, which would be work, or a new schooling program, or it could just be learning how to do something. So the page is going to be our learner, pretty enthusiastic, pretty curious, really going from I don't know anything about this to like, okay, I might know a little bit about this. It's the freshman of the deck, like going, not only did you go into the school you don't know, next year you'll be a sophomore, so you'll know more. So, or you'll be the knight next. So this is the page of Pentacles. So something's happening in the real world, that there's a new beginning and you're exploring it. And there's something about a new beginning in your reality here. And it is reminding me of this pure nature. Like there's a blossoming moment, or a opening up to something. This is a new flower. Well, no, I'd say the page of Pentacles is more like the bud. More like the beginning has emerged. Page of Pentacles can be a real person, someone that's actually learning a new job, or learning about something, growing, budding. And then in your current situation, we have the Justice card, also the Libra card. But we have Justice. We have something that has to do with fairness, the scales getting balanced. She's got a sword, which is communication. So there's clear, fair communication. She's got this the balance of justice here. So this can be things getting righted. You could be dealing with the legal system in this situation, but you can also be dealing with ethics and sort of how we go about doing something. So the hidden ethics, like there's the accomplishment in the 3D, and then there's sort of like the karmic load behind that. Like, how did we get there? What was done to get there? And we might be facing that, or really thinking about that in a situation where we're really having to think about how we get where we're going, and what's ethical, what's the right way to go about doing this, wanting to do something correctly, properly, and not building up a sort of a karmic debt with it, but trying to figure out how to do something in the right way, or at least facing questions about that. There might not be a right way, but there could be, trying to figure out how to do something without creating sort of an ethical backlash or consequences that you have to deal with later. So it's not just about the destination here, it's also about how we get to that destination. So that could be part of what you're dealing with, wanting to keep these scales balanced, wanting to make sure that how you're accomplishing something doesn't have unintended consequences to it. So, and there's a sense of clear communication and fairness, wanting to be fair to all involved, wanting to be, and again, that would be about not wanting to create sort of a karmic debt. I don't know how else to say that, of just like how you accomplish something and then having to pay a price for it, or unintended consequences, something like that. So trying to figure out how to be fair, but this could also be just really having to deal with the legal system, having to deal with that whole justice system. In your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, we have 3 of Wands. This could be like hoping for faith, or this could just be hoping. In your hopes, you have some hopes. You have this distant, watching your ships come in. You really are hopeful that something that you wanted to happen, something that you sort of intuitively, you want to see it happen. So it is like hope about hope. This could also be like, I remember, like, what is it? Peter or Paul in the New Testament. I have a really extensive background in Christian religion, although it's not mine right now. Lord, I have faith, but help me with my lack of faith. Something like that. This is not really showing through that history there, but there's like, I do have some amount of faith, but wanting to have more faith, wanting to have the full faith, like understanding that you have a kernel of faith, but you're going to need that you could really use a lot more faith in and a lot more hope. You'd like to be more hopeful than you are right now. So having hope about hope. You've got hopes, you've got dreams, you've got visions, you'd like to see them come true. So it's pretty, like you got hope about hope. So, and then, I don't love this card right here, but I do like it considering what other cards we have out. Just because of the repetition. Sun, it's not sunny. There's not clarity. It's dark and it's foggy. So that's what this reverse sun is. There maybe hasn't been a lot of growth, hasn't been a lot of movement. Nothing's very obvious here. You're trying to make your way through something that's a little murky, that's a little like, where are we even going? What's even happening here? There's just no bright sunny day with a lot of clarity and a harvest time and everyone's happy. There could be a little depression, a little worry and concern, because this is the night ride, right? So I like how we got the sun in reverse. It's not the sun ride. Look, it's even on a horse. I like it. Oh my gosh, there's like a child in both of these, a baby. We also have the baby concept here of the blooming and blossoming. This could be your inner child. Something in your inner child blooming here that you've been very protective of. There's something about childhood here. But we're not having the sun ride, we're having the night ride. There's a lack of clarity. There's fog. It's not clear what's going on or where you're headed. It's not the sun ride. And then in your environment, you've got 4 of Swords. There's a time out here, a rest time. Rest is part of preparation. It's one of the crucial parts of preparation. Sometimes when I get a big project in my other fields that I work in one of the other fields, if I get a big project, my first job is to take a nap or a walk. I don't know. That's my process. I don't know. It seemed weird at first, like a rebellion, but it turns out it works for me. But so this is sort of part of the process here. It's the 4 of Swords, so we're not like done with anything. We're not completing anything. We're just taking a nap. We're taking a break, and that break is going to give us is there to prepare us for the future. So this is external. So there's something external to you that's causing this break. This could be a layoff if we're talking about work. This could be, being separated from someone, or being just, there's a big pause. We're not talking about this right now. We're not really dealing with these ideas or these thoughts right now, or it's just time for a rest. We've been through something. We're at the 4 here. We've been through something, but it's just a rest period, maybe through a little bit of this difficult process, this night ride. Some sort of break or rest has been imposed on the situation. It's external to you. Maybe you didn't choose it. Maybe you didn't decide it, but it's happening. And you're taking a nap. You're taking a nap. You're going to get up refreshed, ready to go, ready to meet the day. You're going to emerge from this. It is about a pause. There could be some illness or some sickness going on here that's causing this pause. But things are paused. And hopefully you're taking advantage of the situation to rest and recuperate and regroup. There's a regrouping that's happening here, sort of, because we're at the 4, right? It's not over. We're not, it's not the 10. It's not over. We're just taking a break, regrouping, resting. Your to-do list. Your to-do list is reminding me of this pure nature card. And I hope I can connect them verbally. So that your this card is your to-do list, or the energy, your opportunity for growth here is to move towards something that's calling you. So this 8 of Cups, this is enough. This is enough for most people. Most people would be happy with this, but there's something calling you. It's not, there are other cards that say just go away from this. There's something here and you just have to go away from it. This isn't that message. This message is your intuition is calling you. Your intuition is telling you that there's something more satisfying available, that your happiness isn't here. Maybe it should be here. Maybe other people have found their happiness there. Maybe, but it's not yours. It's other people's happiness. Other people are happy with these 8 cups. And the 8 cups is a lot. You can't even carry 8 cups in one arm. So it's a lot, right? It's plenty. But there's something calling you forward. Your intuition's saying that for you personally, there's something more for you here. There's something else that is going to bring you more satisfaction and more happiness. And I see this with this pure nature. The bud is no longer satisfying. And you have an understanding. You have an understanding of how this bloom. It's almost like you have this vision here. This is the visionary card. You have a vision for how this is who you're going to be, or you see it. These are both about intuition. This one's about having a vision and watching and having faith in that vision and watching it come true, right? This is your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape. Your hope is that you do have this vision, you have seen this vision, and it is going to come true. In your to-do list, we have you having to take action towards that, moving towards it. You can't just sit here with these 8 of Cups and hope that the other 2 cups are going to appear magically in your lap, and suddenly you have the 10 of Cups and everything's fulfilled and happy, and we're done searching for now. Those 2 cups, they don't have legs, they don't have volition, they don't have intuition themselves. You got to go find them. You have to take some sort of action towards your intuition. Your intuition's calling you and you need to move towards it. And it reminds me of this, and this, there's some sort of vision. You're not meant to be a bud for your entire life. You know that the 8 of Cups is this, like, for you, this 8 of Cups feels like a bud-like situation, and you have to grow out of that. You have to burst forth out of that. But there's something about your own volition. This is something that you're choosing to do, and you need to, and because this bloomed rose feels so much more satisfying to you. You feel constrained with this right here. There's something here that wants to blossom and wants to bloom, and you need to go towards it and make that choice. It's calling to you. You have a vision and you need to move towards that vision, because the bud in these 8 cups, this is not your resting place. This is not the completion of the suit. This is not the full satisfaction of the suit. And then, I think you got this last week. I don't really remember the readings. I get in a zone. I don't always remember exactly what I'm saying, but I'm pretty sure that you got this High Priestess recently and where you're headed. And I love it. I've thought a lot about it. Because it's my favorite card in this position, because it's the tarot saying, I'm not going to tell you. It's the High Priestess is all about, it's very spiritual, obviously, but it's also about, it's about a spiritual journey. It's about a journey through life. It's about what Spirit wants to reveal to you and what it doesn't want to reveal to you, what it wants you to know and what it doesn't want you to know. And in this position, to me, I love this too, though, because this is your intuition showing up here and showing up here, this vision, this thing that you see, that you want. It's not abundantly clear. You just have like an inkling. I don't think your vision's very clear. I think you're hoping for more clear vision, because I don't think you realize that this is what you're doing. Because the bud, how does the bud know how big the flower can get or what it's going to look like at the end? So I think that's why this Three of Wands is showing up in your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, is you want more of a vision. You want to see where this is going, but you can't see. You can't see where this is going because this ain't the sun ride. This is the night ride. And I love it because we've got the sun and the night here, and we've got the light and the dark here. What can be known and what cannot be known. This is intentionally a night ride. This is intentionally through darkness, through fog, because your intuition has to guide you. These choices that you make, these decisions that you make, you don't get to see where it's all going, because again, this week in this reading, the High Priestess is here to say, there are things I don't want to tell you. I don't want to hold a carrot out for you and have you just move automatically to that carrot. You can see it. It's right there. You're going to move towards it and you're going to eat a delicious carrot. She doesn't want to show you what the carrot is because she doesn't want you to. And I view the High Priestess as the deck itself and what it's trying to say. She doesn't want you to make decisions based on some known end result. She doesn't want you to say, this is my goal, and now I'm going to reverse engineer all the steps to the goal. You can't see the goal. This is intentional. You can't see the goal because these decisions, these choices to go towards this inkling, towards this niggle, this hint of a vision, these must be choices that are all you, all your own. You have to own this whole journey, and you have to make the decision because it's the next step. You're stepping towards something. I think you got the Hermit card there last time. I cannot. But because it's the next step, because it's what calls to you, that there's something calling to you. And even though you don't know it very clearly, even though you can't see the whole thing and you can't understand, and you don't really exactly know what kind of flower this is, and you don't precisely know exactly what it's all going to look like, and you don't have the clearest vision of where this is all going, you're being asked to make steps and take steps that feel right to you. There's not satisfaction where you're at. You're not happy with where you're at. You know, you can see something. This Eight of Cups means that you can see something. You're getting a hint. You're getting an understanding of the direction you need to go. So go there. Go towards that, even though you don't know very clearly what it is. And this is intentional. There are parts that are seen and parts that are unseen here. I do want to say there's a lot of life and a lot of abundance here. There's this, just a sliver of intuition, and you're meant to be in touch with that. This is part of your personal journey, and your growth and your strengthening, your intuition and your strengthening. There's no clear, it's on purpose. There's something about this that's purposely, being kept in the dark. You need to go on this journey. This is the journey. You're protected here. We've got like little baby high priestesses all around you here, protecting you on this journey. But this is the journey through the fog, through the night, through the unknown, into the unknown. Yeah, into the unknown, because there's something in there that you know you want. It's not clear exactly. You don't know exactly what you want. It's like going into a store where you're like, huh, that looks interesting. I want to go in there. And then you find something that you had no idea you needed. And it's really exciting, but you just kind of followed your nose into it. You were like, oh, that seems interesting. I'll head in that direction. And then what was there but something that changed your life or was amazing for you? So a little bit like that. So I hope this was helpful for you, Virgo. And thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments.